What do I want to wear? Well, you could wear my clothes. Your clothes? Yes, don't you think they look nice? That's a little bit weird. Well, I've got a spare set, and they actually have special powers. Oh, in that case, why didn't you say so? Ladies, gentlemen, and warriors of all ages, Wo Long has been out for a few days now, and as you progress through the game, you may be starting to get a little bit confused by the armor system. Not so much the basic concept of it, as once you get a handle on skills and embedding, it is actually quite simple to understand. What I am referring to specifically is how to know if a piece of armor is actually good or not. As with everything being able to be moved around from one piece of armor to another, it almost seems like everything is nearly equally good, right? Well, there is one major thing that sets certain armor pieces apart from each other, and those are set bonuses. Some armor will have set bonuses that only activate when you have multiple pieces from the same armor set equipped, and sometimes it even includes accessories or weapons that match the set. But this is what makes that armor special, and what makes it potentially stronger than any other armor, as each set bonus is essentially an extra skill, and depending on that skill, it can really make that armor set stronger than just about any other. With that then, today I'm going to be going over the 5 best armor sets in Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. Some of them you can get quite early on, some of them are a bit later in, and while they may not be the best in endgame, what they are simply the best ones to pick up along the way and use in your journey. It's worth mentioning as well that armor with set bonuses seems to only come from either bosses or follower rewards, but the ones that specifically do come from bosses will also be added to general enemy drop tables in later levels of the game, so that they can drop at a higher rarity. That said, this still has the same set bonuses, so what I'm going over here is the sets as a concept with the bonuses that they come with. I've labeled these as the 5 best because generally no matter what your build is, they will be extremely useful for you depending on your playstyle. There are some set bonuses that boost damage with specific weapon types, and I've avoided those for the main reason of I want this to be good for everyone, not just specific people, though those could be better for an individual person depending on what your build is that you're going for. With that out of the way then, let's get going with number 1. Tyrant Overlord. This is a fantastic all-around armor set, and you can get it about halfway through the game. This one is 5 pieces, 4 of them are armor and 1 is a weapon, though it is important to note here that because you have 2 weapon slots on your character, you can always have the weapon part of a set equipped without it being the weapon that you are actually actively using. The 2-piece bonus for this armor is HP plus 10, which is just a nice little bonus. The 3-piece bonus gives a power drop to enemies when you hit them with a critical strike. This effect simply lowers the damage that the enemy will do to you for a while after this happens. The 4-piece bonus is HP restoration on melee attacks E. This simply gives you a little bit of health every time you connect a melee attack. It's not particularly massive, but it definitely helps out in longer fights and can make the game a little bit easier, making you consume less dragon pots over time. Then the 5-piece bonus is plus 7.9% spirit damage to enemies that have negative effects on them. These are the various statuses that you can apply, including the power drop, meaning this will be active after you hit a critical blow, allowing you to then apply even more spirit damage to make getting another critical blow even easier.
It's all coming together. This is it.
To actually get this one, it's pretty simple. You simply get the pieces of it as a reward from the boss of the Tyrant's Final Banquet mission in Chapter 4. Number 2. Perfect Zun. This is another set that has 6 pieces, including a weapon and a talisman, but the weapon isn't necessary for the strongest parts of the set, and I would label this as a nice, comfortable all-arounder set that just makes things easier in general. The 2-piece bonus is plus 5.1% genuine chi obtention, which is obviously great as it lets you get levels faster. The 3-piece bonus is restore HP 1.6%, which simply makes it so anytime you restore HP of any kind, it regenerates more of your health. The 4-piece bonus is positive effect duration plus 3.4%, which again does what it says on the tin. Any type of buffs that you may have will last 3.5% longer with this bonus active. It's not a crazy amount, but it is quite nice. The 5-piece bonus is regeneration upon Fatal Strike, and this is a big one. Fatal Strikes are a core part of the combat loop within this game, and getting to get some health back every time that you land one is exceptionally useful. Then if you have all 6 pieces, you get Element Imbue weapon damage plus 11.2%, which simply increases your damage by 11.2% when your weapon has an element on it, whether it be from the various wizardry spells that can apply this or from something like a Divine Beast buff. In order to get this set, you need to achieve Sworn Brother status with Zun Yu. To achieve Sworn Brother status in this game, you need to get Oath level 10 with the individual follower. You can do this either through tons of combat while fighting alongside them, or by giving them Cups of Cordiality, a special item which which has the sole purpose of raising the oath level by 1. On top of that, there is a way to farm this specific item super early on in the Demon Fort of the Yellow Heaven mission in Chapter 2. Simply travel to the mission, run along this path here through the cave to where the demon bird is, avoid the bird and then open the gate, run forwards through the front line, refusing to fight anyone, climb this ladder over here on the left, walk around and drop down to get to this chest here. This chest always has 1 cup of cordiality in it. Then run outside to get the battle flag over here, and you can use this to travel back to the beginning of the mission and just do this on loop for 1 cup every couple of minutes, making these equipment sets actually really easy to acquire the second that you meet the relevant follower. Number 3, Rushing Set. The name of this one is a little bit ironic given that what it is actually for is ranged attacks, being the best armor set in the game if you tend to enjoy doing ranged attacks a mow along. The big thing with this as well is of course you can change armor sets as you're walking around, and every build incorporates ranged attacks to some degree that you can use on just certain encounters without having to use all the time. So having this in your pocket can be exceptionally useful. This set has both a ranged weapon and a bow component to its set bonuses, but given that you have 2 ranged weapon slots, you don't even have to use that bow as your primary ranged weapon if you don't want to. That said, the actual set bonuses are +2 ammo held max for 2 pieces, which is just nice. 3 pieces gets you ammo replenish upon fail strike +2, which for obvious reasons is great. It gives you easy ammo gain throughout a regular thing that you do within a level. 4 pieces gets you 6.7% ammo retrieval upon ranged attack, again making it harder to run out of ammo. 5 pieces gets you a slow on your enemy when you hit them with a ranged attack, which is actually a cool unique effect here. And 6 pieces gets you shooting weapon damage plus 13.4%, which is obviously a massive buff to your ranged weaponry. To actually get this set, it once again is a follower sworn brother type of deal, and you just need to get to level 10 oath with Xiao Yuan, whose name I'm probably butchering, but you get the idea, and you'll get the set nice and easily if you do this. Number 4, Tianzu Hermit. This is a lovely little follower armor set. It looks quite nice, and of course it has pretty good bonuses as well, which is why I'm actually sharing it with you here. This one is a 5 set, and more than anything, it is a little bit of wizardry focused on itself. It includes a weapon, though 5-piece bonus specifically only affects the type of weapon within the set, so you lose literally none of the main positive effects if you don't like staffs and don't want to even have it equipped as your secondary. That said, then the 2-piece bonus of this set is HP plus 11, which is again just a nice bonus. The 3-piece bonus is wizardry spell spirit consumption minus 1.9%. This isn't a massive boon, but it does let you cast more wizardry over the course of a mission quite easily and simply. The 4-piece bonus is the big one here, giving you power gain after a wizardry spell hits an enemy. It's not complicated by any means what this actually does, it just gives you a nice big boost to your attack power for a little bit of time after using offensive wizardry. And then the 5-piece bonus is staff spirit damage plus 8.3%, which is exactly what it says on the tin. It just gives you more spirit damage when you're wielding a staff. And as a staff is part of this weapon set, it all just sort of makes sense. As far as how to actually get this set then, you need to get a specific follower to oath level 10, and for this one it is specifically Hong Jing. Number 5, Man of Benevolence. This armor set is quite cool and also very strong for a number of reasons. Aesthetically it is nice, but that's not why we're here today. This armor has 5 set bonuses, activating at 2 pieces equipped all the way up to 6 pieces equipped, because the set as a whole includes both an accessory and a weapon. That said, even without the weapon, it is still pretty good, but the weapon included in is sort of what makes it silly when you put it all together. The 2-piece bonus is simply plus 11 HP, it's not bad, not great, it's just sort of nice to have. The 3-piece bonus is plus 5 HP recovery upon deflection, which does what it says on the tin, giving you back HP every time you deflect an attack, which obviously makes it a lot easier to stay at high health and is just free healing for playing the game how you normally would be anyways. The 4-piece bonus is minus 5% damage taken when in perfect condition. This essentially just gives you a nice defense bonus when you're at full health. Nothing to scoff at, especially when you consider the set has inbuilt regeneration to help keep you at full health more often. Then we have the 5-piece bonus, which is Spirit Fervor upon HP recovery. This boosts the spirit that you gain on your attacks for a short period of time after you recover HP. Combine that with the earlier bonus, every single time you deflect an attack, you regain HP. Then you gain extra spirit on your attacks for a short time afterwards. In combat, generally after you deflect something, you'll counter back with a few hits of your own, and so this just sort of loops into itself extremely nicely. Then we have the 6-piece bonus, and for this you'll need to have the weapon equipped as well, which is the Paired Swords of Aspiration, and this bonus is plus 16% damage dealt in perfect condition. In other words, an absolutely massive damage boost when you're at full health. It all just sort of loops into itself and synergizes incredibly well. You regain HP when you get a deflect, which helps keep you at max health. You gain extra spirit when you regain HP, and when you're at max health, your damage taken is reduced and your damage done is raised significantly. In order to get this set, you have to beat the boss of the first mission in Chapter 6 next, which is the Glaive of Righteousness, and that boss is actually quite a bit of a challenge. It's pretty fun though, and you get this armor set for completing it, at least parts of it. Then after this, it will be added to the general drop pool and following missions so that you can get more of this armor set at slightly higher rarities, as I mentioned earlier. And that's it, everyone. The 5 best armor sets that you can get in Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, why they're good, and how to get them. I hope this video has helped you out, and I hope you've enjoyed your time spent here. Let us know if there are any other things that you really want to know about Wo Long over the coming days. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet. Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.